I got nothing but good news to share with you guys. So, our new intake manifold for the STI has been sent out to New York. I'm sitting on the wheels for the STI. I've got a replacement coil pack on order for the STI, and I have found more information about the STI as to why it was burning up coil packs. So I swapped some pins around on the ECU just to verify to see if the ECU was indeed sending 12 volts out to that wire, and it's not. So I don't think I need to send the Haltech out, which means that obviously it's not going to take as much time now. So we're going to tear that wire harness apart again and find out why this wire is sending 12 volts. Worst case scenario is I can take one of the spare wires I have, unpin that one, not use it, trim it down, leave it in the harness, tape it up, whatever, throw it away, and run a new wire to see if that solves the issue. I don't know, but I want to find out why. Like, why is this one wire sending 12 volts to a coil pack? That's the first problem. So before I even show you guys these wheels, I'm gonna get the harness bar put in the car because I got the little brackets I was missing. So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let's keep getting this car roadworthy. Called it! This thing's Karma 2.0. But check it out. Oh, don't look at that side. Ooh, work wheels, baby. So before I show you guys the work wheels, I spent a while cleaning up the garage too this morning. Before I show you guys the wheels, I want to get this guy installed real quick. It's going to be the exact same process I showed you guys last time, except the harness bar itself mounts up to these brackets, which I didn't have. Bought them on eBay. Got them real quick. I'm just going to zoom through getting this harness bar put in the car. I'm not going to get the harnesses all wrapped up on it. I just want to get this off the ground because it's been sitting in a box on the ground for like 2 weeks. So I'm tired of kicking it. So let me run through and just get this thing installed real quick, and then I'll run over like the quick install process. Come to me and you'll see we live in a world of pure imagination. Oh, dude, much better. Look at that, everything lines up now. Oh, dude, look at that, much better now that I've got the appropriate brackets. So we've got the harness bar installed. It really wasn't bad. I did trim up the lower panels down there just to be able to fit the Heim joints down there. There's a little yellow SRS module that I gotta like trim up, but honestly pretty happy with it. It's not bad. It feels sturdy and strong. You can shake the whole car with it. I will say that I think it's gonna be it is a temporary thing until we get our full roll cage in here. I got one of the harnesses kind of wrapped up just to test fit, and it fits great. So now that that's just out of the box, off the garage floor and in the car now, honestly, dude, it looks really good. I'm happy with it. Until we get a cage, obviously. Let me show you what wheels we got. So let me pop this Evo wheel off, and I'll test fit this new one. Flat Blue, up you go. Oh my god, dude, these things look so good. These are the best wheels ever made. There's no complaints. There's no competition, man. Best wheel ever.
What is it? Dun, dun, dun. Any guesses?
Dude, they look so good. They look so freaking good, dude.
Dun.
I couldn't help myself. I did it again. I got the exact same wheel, just in a different offset. So the old ones were 18 by 9.5 plus 38. These ones are 18 by 9.5 plus 30. And they clear the Brembo a lot better. They still like touch it a little bit, so I think I'm gonna have to get like a 1-2 mil spacer. But they clear a lot better. I don't have to run an 11 mil spacer on these. Just a little baby boy. You can see it just kind of touches. Just kind of barely touches. Dude, fitment looks so good too. See what I mean? They just barely touch. I couldn't help myself, you guys. The iconic look of what it used to be, I wanted it back. So I was able to find one set of D9Rs in stock where I didn't have to wait months on end to be able to get the wheels. I'm highly considering getting this exact same wheel for the BRC in the exact same color. Is that weird? Is that weird to run the exact same wheels?
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't think it's weird. So honestly, 18 by 9.5 plus 30 fits perfect on this car. Like, I am so happy with this. The 38 sat a little bit farther out, I believe. But dude, it looks, I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it, you guys. The white on World Rally Blue, especially, D9Rs are my favorite wheel. So now I just need to get tires for the wheels. I don't know what tires I'm gonna get yet. I don't know what tires I wanna run. I don't know if I think I'm gonna have a dedicated set of winters and summer tires, because if I wanna drive the car in the wintertime, I'll throw on some all seasons. If I wanna drive the car in the summertime, I'll obviously have a set of summers. So, or maybe I'll just use the Evo as the winter car. The Evo can be a winter beater. It's a weird winter beater to have, but it's all-wheel drive, it's fine.
Yeah. I see people send weird cars in the winter.
That's true. So honestly, incredibly happy with the D9R. You guys already know that. 10 out of 10, D9R, best wheel out there, especially from work. I like me some works. I got a thing for work wheels. So now that we've gotten the wheel out of the way and the wheels, let's dig into this harness and start finding out where the issue is occurring on cylinder 5. So that way when this new coil pack comes in, we can hopefully just resume where we were of trying to start the car. I think it's something in the base map that's not allowing the car to start. Maybe it's ignition timing, I don't know. 10 out of 10, it's the best looking wheel out there. You know why they call it work emotion, Matt? It invokes emotion. It invokes the emotion.
You weren't expecting me to say that word.
I was not. Okay, so with diagnosing this, I'm only going to peel the harness back as far as I did before, because nothing past that point back should have changed. And if nothing up here is blatantly obvious as to why this one wire is consistently at 12 volts, then we'll go back into the ECU on the ECU side and start digging around over there. Worst case scenario, if I can't find it, that wire that we have right there, this yellow and brown one for cylinder 5, I'm just going to cut and remove from the harness, and I will move one of the DPOs for a stepper motor that isn't being used and move it into the pin slot for the cylinder 5 output ignition, and that should fix our problem. So let's start peeling some harness back and seeing what we can find. All right, we gotta push mittens. Dude, you're doing great without me. What are you talking about? Holy shit. Oh, don't die.
I just fucking slipped. That's very slippery.
Woo! You fucker, you scared me. Keep coming forward. Yeah, engine bay all clean, man.
You look pretty good.
Look pretty good at all. Now put the engine in.
Whole lot of scrub-a-dub-dubbing.
Put Karma's old engine in it. We're gonna take these scissors here. We're gonna come right about here and just go snip. And I'm just gonna run a new wire to that pigtail and tape that guy up. For some reason, I don't wanna deal with it. I'm gonna de-pin it on the connector side and repin on a new wire. I don't know what's causing that wire somewhere in the system to be sending 12 volts. But if we come back here into the car, I went ahead and I put this little jumper on there from another wire that, ow, son of a bitch, stabbed myself. I swapped it with another wire that I knew was good. Checked it right there. Dude, that really fucking hurt. I stabbed myself. I checked it right there at that spot and I saw that it was not getting 12 volts, which is good. It was getting the same amount of voltage every other one was. So as long as I put the wire in the same spot where the old wire came out of, I can just run a new wire to it, and that's what we're gonna do. So I think that'll be the best course of action instead of trying to tear apart this complete harness wire by wire to find this one issue. Oh my God, I found the issue. I found the problem as to why that one was sending 12 volts to the coil pack. And I think I could be colorblind because I'm a fucking idiot. Jesus. I legitimately don't know how I made this mistake, but I made this mistake. I was going through my spares down here, pulling out that green DPO to be able to replace that ignition wire with. And as I'm going through my whole bundle of spares here, I'm like, wait a minute, there's a yellow wire in here. And I start like rotating and I'm like, that's yellow and brown. I was like, why is yellow brown in my spare bundle? I'm like, wait a minute, I'm very confused now. So then I walked back up here and I looked at this and I was like, what is going on here? And then I looked at that wire and it's yellow and gray. Now what you might be asking yourself is, Tanner, what the is yellow and gray. And let me tell you, yellow and gray is ignition 8. Now, why is yellow gray ignition 8 and why is it at 12 volts? The car set up as a 6-cylinder. For every ignition wire that's not used out of the configuration, they default to 12 volts. So for some reason, I somehow thought that cylinder 8, ignition 8, was yellow and brown, when that is clearly yellow and gray. You know, some more definitive colors might be nice to help people like me who might be a little colorblind, who knows? So, super easy fix. All I gotta do is put the correct ignition wire back in its correct home in the harness, pull out my spare here that isn't actually a spare, that's actually the wire we need, and then I can put that other DPO back where it came from. So, I still have to run a new wire, but at least it's a real easy fix. So, let's play mix and match here. So I've got the interior all put back together, cleaned up. The brain box is reassembled, good to go. The new wires ran through the firewall up here. I have tape stuck on my shoe. So we've got our actual cylinder 5 ignition wire here now. So I need to loom it up with the rest of our loom up there, get it ran down the harness to this section here, and then actually pin it up to our pigtail right here. So, woo! Let's fix this. Good news, we have fixed our 12 volt problem on this one coil pack harness. Let me show you, I got the voltmeter all set up here. So if we come over here, we turn the car to accessory mode, our fuel pumps kick on, totally cool, totally normal. We come over here, we turn our dude to volts. Woo, daddy-o. That'll continue to drop down to like 0.050 volts. Look at that. We solid, no more 12 volt. It was just me being colorblind. That was the whole problem. So I'm trying to find another coil pack local. I have one on order. It's not supposed to be here till Thursday though, and I want to try to start the car again. So if anybody local has a Haltech 1A ignition coil and can get it to me ASAP, I'll buy it off you. Let me know. But we're gonna go run and grab some boba real quick, and then I'm gonna come back and keep throwing on some spare parts that I've had sitting around the garage for the STI, just to continue cleaning parts off the rack and getting things a little bit more situated, because at this point there's not much else I can do with this car until we get the new coil pack. So we got some BRZ and some Evo videos coming up until that coil pack comes in on Thursday, or until we can snag one a little bit sooner. So we'll be right back. Go grab a honeydew boba with some nice rainbow jellies. Ooh, take that back!
Rainbow jelly.
What's wrong with rainbow?
Tapioca, you get the
Disgusting. Tapioca. Alright, we're back from boba, and I've got an apron on. I don't know why, but I got an apron on. So, I'm gonna get some of these other parts that have just been sitting around on this back rack, thrown on the car, like the JDM rear spats, the license plate shroud, all that stuff, just to A, get it off of the rack, and B, so we can get it on the car. So that way it's just mainly off the rack. That's the big thing I want right now. So let's get these guys installed real quick. It should be pretty self-explanatory and straightforward. I've got install videos and all this stuff if you guys want to take a peek back at the channel, or back at the videos if you want to see a detailed install video of all this stuff. So I'm not gonna go too much into it. I'll also be back and forth helping Matt install Karma's old engine into Mittens. We got stuff going on. Alright you guys, so great success. We started doing a lot of smaller stuff that I just wanted to wrap up on the car, get things kind of done with. Matt and I were playing with the lower coolant housing piece. I'm trying to use the OEM top hose for the bottom, and it's like literally like an inch too short. So I'm gonna order like a Grimspeed one or something along those lines, something that's a little bit longer where I can trim it down a little bit. But I got the trunk pretty much reassembled and a whole bunch of smaller stuff. The JDM spats are back on, the bumpers bolted back on, all of the miscellaneous smaller crap while we wait for a coil pack to come in. So like the amount of random stuff back on this back rack now has dwindled to about this for the STI. I went through, I cut the trunk liner down a little bit to be able to fit around the battery, just so it's not like a bare empty trunk. It doesn't fit the greatest. Like right over there you can see that there's a little bit of like blue showing. I think I can adjust all that later. I got my grocery hook back in here so that way we can actually use this to go get groceries. If we close the trunk, we got our rear spats back on, entire bumpers bolted back on. I got the third brake light working again, or the fourth brake light, I guess. Other rear spats on. I got the lower gooch cover up in here where the lower airbag used to go. So just a whole bunch of like smaller stuff that's been just sitting around that I've been meaning to get to. While I was doing all that stuff, Matt's been a fucking trooper over there, knocking out more good stuff, but you guys will see that in his video. And if you're not subscribed to Matt, his channel's linked below. So I think that's where I'm gonna end this video for now, but I'm not entirely sure yet. I'll wait till the morning to see what else if any other smaller stuff pops into my mind that I wanna knock out in this video as well. Probably here in the next couple of days while we wait for this coil pack to come in for the STI, I'm probably gonna go, I have an install video coming out on the BRZ in the next couple of days. I'm probably gonna go over to the shop and start building the Evo's 4G63 as well. So that way we can get our Evo back on the road too, because I'm tired of having broken cars. My goal for 2022 is to have every single one of my cars running and driving. Same for Matt. He has to have the neon running. The neon has to come back to life. So, you can do it. It's just a Mopar, no car, man.
Mopar or no car?
That's the neon.
I'd rather have no car.
So I'll see you guys in the morning. It'll be like 2 seconds for you. So it's the next morning. There's nothing else I can really think of for small stuff to be doing to the car. I ordered some different dump tubes for the car because I really don't want to cut up the bumper any more than I have to, I think. So I just got some like 45-degree PLM ones that'll just point down at the ground. Aside from that, you guys, like I said, at this point we're just waiting for a coil pack. If anybody local has a Haltech 1A ignition coil, I will buy it off of you. Let me know. But that's all I got for you guys on this one. So if you like the video, you're glad we figured out the problems, go ahead and hit that like button. If you love the new wheels also, because you know me, I love them. Go ahead and, I'm not even gonna tell you guys what to do. You guys are adults. We're all adults here for the most part. We may be children at heart, but on the outside, we resemble big adults. So, yeah, I'm not even gonna tell you guys what to do. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, homies. Woo! I'm gonna sing and I'm gonna sing until the world